Hi, Chuck Lavazzi here, and on this episode, I am talking with Patricia Racette, the artistic director of Opera Theater of St. Louis, and we're going to be talking about, among other things, the Center Stage Concert, the final event in Opera Theater's season that's coming up this year on June 23rd, 2026. And we're also going to talk a bit about the rest of the 2026 season, which is running through the 28th of June in rotating repertory, 4 different operas as usual. Also, I'm going to be talking with 2 of the singers in the Center Stage Concert, who also are in the Opera Theater production of Gounod's Romeo and Juliet. Those singers are Micah and Veronica Siebert. Micah plays Tybalt in Romeo and Juliet, and Veronica has the plum pants role of the page Stefano. So what's in the Center Stage Concert? What's it all about? What makes it special? This and more will be discussed coming right up. And with me here, as promised, Patricia Racette, who is the artistic director of Opera Theater of St. Louis. And we're going to be talking first about something that she's very proud of, the Center Stage Concert, which is coming up June 23rd of this year. This is something that I started seeing, I think, maybe in the second season or thereabouts, realized what I'd been missing, and I've been there every year since.
Wonderful.
So I gave a brief description about what this is, but tell us a little more about the purpose of the Center Stage Concert.
The purpose, of course, they've been doing it longer than my tenure here with Opera Theater of St. Louis, but the purpose of the concert was to simultaneously showcase the young artists and the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra. And so that tradition is quite beloved from the donors and patrons and from the artists. When I came to Opera Theater of St. Louis as artistic director of the Young Artist programs, I insisted that center stage was semi-staged. I refer to, just park and bark, where people just stand there and sing, which I'm allergic to because this is a theatrical art form. This is opera theater of
Yes.
St. Louis. And so I insist that the totality of that art form and craft is displayed on stage. Also, for training purposes, it's important for these young artists to get a chance to have, as I call, boots on stage. And so semi-staging it, with a little tiny prop here or there, a bench, but having them embody their characters and the situation of whatever scene it is, I think is so important. And it's frankly more entertaining and representative of the art form and its truth. So I think it's a really celebratory evening. And we have a wonderful, wonderful group this year, one of our bests by a long shot. So it's really exciting to see them have the chance to take the stage in their own right.
Yeah, and we should repeat, these are singers from opera theaters. I guess you can call it a apprenticeship program. Uh, these are the singers who are emerging, just getting started in their careers. Singers that in many cases you will have seen in some of the productions in small parts.
Exactly. In the spotlight. And it's just such a wonderful evening because they really get a chance to take the stage.
Yeah. And of course, with only bare minimum of props, you don't have all the scenery and all the costumes and that. So it's down to just you, the music, and the character you're playing, and
Correct.
and the audience.
Exactly.
Speaking of the music, of course, one of the things I love about the Center Stage Concert is that it all takes place on the stage, and the orchestra is on the stage, and it's pretty much a full complement of the St. Louis Symphony, with the singers in a narrow space in front. And
Mhm.
that is an experience you will rarely get to have outside of the situation.
Right. It's very true. Very true. Yeah, I bargained and begged for that 6 feet in front of the orchestra to have these. And I mean, I just came from a piano tech rehearsal for the concert, and I have to say, there's some very clever staging happening. And so I think it'll be appropriately entertaining.
Now, who's doing the staging?
Well, We have a group. I did 3 of the scenes. Sean Curran, who is our director for Pirates and choreographer for several of the shows. He's doing a few of the scenes. Diane Machine is doing a couple of the scenes. She's a resident AD, assistant director. Anna Theodosakis is also resident AD, and she's doing a few of the scenes. And then I have here with us 2 apprentice assistant directors, Erica and Paige, and they each are doing a scene. So it's a group of us that do this, and it's good. It also gives the singers a chance to work with different directors and different styles and different approaches.
Yeah, great experience. Want to emphasize that for people used to hearing things sung in English translations, that's not what you do.
Indeed, center stage is in fact in original language, so that's a plus.
Yeah, I think it is, yes. And we should also mention it's not just like opera's greatest hits. There are some arias and ensembles that people might not know at all, some operas that many people might not be familiar with, and it's not all just opera, is it?
No, we've got some musical theater selections. Chicago, West Side Story, Carousel. So, as is represented in our season this year, I think broadening our the genre is exciting. A lot of opera companies are doing it, as in with like the Piazza, as you're well know. So I think the center stage concert also reflects that artistic value.
Yeah. I have to say, Light in the Piazza, since you brought it up, that is, I think, an excellent choice for an opera company anyway, because
Yes.
to me, it seems musically to me, it's in that gray area between musical theater and chamber opera.
It really is. I mean, it's a sophisticated score. It's beautiful orchestra writing, and it demands real singing chops. So, I think some musical theater pieces and titles are more better suited to an opera company than others, but sort of trying to explore that. And again, it just gives the audience and the performers just a chance to venture a little more broadly in the performing arts.
Yeah. And that, by the way, feeds into something we've talked about this before in previous interviews, but I don't know how many people appreciate that your background is not quite typical for an opera.
No, no, it isn't. I happened into opera. 38 years later, I'm still trying to figure out what happened. But I started off basically in high school singing jazz and really wanted to pursue jazz and cabaret. And I went to a university in Denton, Texas that had a great jazz program, but they didn't have a vocal jazz program. So I was forced to take, air quotes, classical voice lessons. And my teacher sat me down and said, I hate to tell you this, but that's you're going to be your bread and butter. And I went back to my dorm and cried for like 3 days. But then I got hooked, needless to say. I got really hooked at the magnificence and complexity and beauty and power of this art form. So I still do the other stuff. So it's all good.
Yeah, and it's nice to see you do that other stuff. Before I started the record button, I was just saying how much I enjoyed your Edith Piaf Cabaret, which was,
Thank you. At the Sheldon, yes.
by the way, is that are those St. Louis Theater Circle Awards?
They are. Here, let me get out of the way. They are. It's for my directorial debut in 2018, La Traviata. I won for, what does that say? Achievement in opera. And then I got another one for achievement in opera for La Voix Humaine, which I sang, directed myself. So yes.
Yes, that was during the famous parking lot season when
Then well, indeed.
everything was done outside because of the pandemic. I just mentioned it because I'm on the board.
Amazing.
Shameless plug. Patricia, thanks for taking a few minutes to talk with me.
My pleasure.
And what I'd like to do now is turn the video back on for, surprise, some of the singers who are going to be there and who've been hiding while we were talking. So Micah and Veronica, what have you folks done in the season this year?
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to be back for my second year as a Gerdine Young Artist this year, and I've got the role of Tybalt in Romeo and Juliet, as well as in the ensemble for Pirates of Penzance.
I'm actually in my third year, and I'm a Gaddes festival artist. So
all right.
ensembles, but I'm playing Stefano in Romeo and Juliet.
We should mention that for people not familiar with that role in Romeo and Juliet, it's a pants role. It's really typical for French opera of that period. There always had to be that role in there, whether the script called for it or not. And it's really always a comedy part. And I thought you did a great job with it. Both of you, I thought, were terrific in Romeo and Juliet. So you're going to be part of the center stage concert this year. What are you going to be doing for us? I'll let either one of you start.
I will be singing the finale of I Capuletti, and I'm singing Romeo, which is great. I get to die on stage. I've never done that before. And then I'm in the cell block tango singing Velma.
All right. Oh, that's great. I look forward to that.
I'm lucky enough to do my first Tamino scene ever. So we're doing the scene from Magic Flute. Which is super, super fun. And then I will also be singing as Nadir in the Pearl Fishers duet. So just a beautiful, beautiful duet. And then a bunch of ensembles. I get to be on stage a lot with West Side Story and Carousel. And we've got a really fun finale for the first half with the Te Deum from Tosca. So it's just a lot of fun.
Oh, that's going to be impressive, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And Veronica, sounds like you've got some great stuff there also. I mean, this is wonderful. I love the fact that, as Patricia was saying to me earlier before we brought you guys in, I love the fact that it gives you a chance to actually get out there and be center stage effectively. Now, you sort of had that experience already, granted, but this time it's not a cameo role this time.
Yeah. And I think looking back at the past few years, that was really our opportunity. In the beginning, we didn't have roles in the main stage other than ensemble, and center stage really gave us the time to show off who we were and get to see what it was like.
And Veronica, you said this is your third season?
It is, yeah.
Okay. And you're a Gaddes Festival participant this time. What is that about? Because a lot of people might not realize what an honor that is.
Yeah, so it's a small group of people who are playing slightly larger roles generally. And we're not quite at the principal artist level yet, but so we get all the benefits of being a young artist, and we're not in any ensembles. So it's a very free schedule, and we get to spend a lot of time working on our own music and coaching and really learning and growing. So it's a very good position to be in, and I've been having a great time personally. It's a very easy and relaxed atmosphere.
So, Micah or Veronica, either one of you can address this, but I assume you're actually doing professional engagements other than opera theater. So I wonder if you could tell us what are some of the things you've been doing since you started here at Opera Theater.
Yeah, so since last year, I was engaged with Opera San Jose as a resident or as an artist in residence there this last season, where I'll be returning this season as well. I also did some freelance contracts, one down in Pensacola, where actually after leaving Opera Theater St. Louis, I had the courage to jump into crossover and musical as kind of one of the big things here. So I did a production of Oklahoma just this last February, and I loved it so much that I want to move in and do some fiddler later this year. So it's kind of been really fun to gain that in my bag of tricks, after being here through OTSL.
Veronica, how about you?
Yeah, I am going into my last year. I was a first year young artist with Washington National Opera. So I was singing with them and also doing a couple of freelance gigs as well. Next year, after this, I'm going to the Marlborough Music Festival, which is a chamber music festival in Vermont.
Yeah, that's pretty prestigious, actually.
I'm very excited. It's a lot of music and it's going to be very different, but I'm super thrilled. And then I'm returning for my second year at Washington National Opera in DC.
Patricia, I know you've been quiet for a while here now, but I mean, this is the sort of thing that opera theater's programs are really designed to do, is to help singers who are just getting started go on to the bigger professional world out there.
Exactly. Like to think of it as an incubator of talent and a launching pad. I purposely choose artists of a variety of ages because it's really fun to witness the sort of osmosis happening in some of our younger Gerdine Young Artists, and just sort of everyone approaching and learning it together, but each in their own way. And yeah, it's fun to see the growth and the discovery, really.
Thank you all so much for taking a few minutes out of your busy day. I know Veronica and Micah, you just came out at rehearsal for this, so thanks very much for that. So I encourage everybody to go to opera-stl.org to check for more information. Just going to tell you, there's a good, strong lineup this year. And for me, the center stage concert is always the cherry on top, as it will. And that's on the 23rd of June, 2026. Thank you all so much. And
Thank you.
your hearts out.
All right.
Thanks.
Be well.
Bye-bye.